School and University Center. Today's resolution paves the way for Macaulay to grant degrees with the authority of the Graduate School and University Center, and together with one of the 7 senior colleges participating in the program. The ability to grant joint degrees is a sign of institutional maturity for the Macaulay Honors College. This action will allow better tracking of students and a more cohesive experience for all Macaulay students, no matter what their home campus may be. It is anticipated that following the SED's, State Education Department's approval and registration, these joint degree programs will be available for the incoming class of 2014. Well, probably separately, I guess.
Okay. Questions, Professor Bickey?
It's a question that that's been raised in the past. I wondered whether there were any plans to eventually admit community college students to the Honors College, those students who actually graduate with associate's degrees. Has this been considered? Is it being considered?
I wouldn't say it's being considered at the current time, but it's a possibility for the future. It is a very expensive program, so and it's designed currently as a 4-year program. Right. But it's possible in the future.
Thank you. I would hope that it will come up sometime.
Any other questions? Not, then can
How many we have now?
How many students in it? We're admitting, I believe, 400 a year.
We have 1,300 students now in the Honors College.
Yeah, but it's...
We have about 4,000 students applying, about 400. We take in 1 out of 10 students that are qualified. All of the students that are qualified, we take 1 out of 10 of them. Oh, it's a very select program.
okay. Any other questions? Not. I'd like to have a motion to move this
So
item.
Second.
Seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Abstentions. Okay. Item number 1B2, Hunter College letter of intent for the doctor in nursing practice.
Okay, the review process for new Cuny doctoral programs has several parts. For example, all doctoral programs are presented to the Board of Trustees for their consideration twice, at the letter of intent stage and at the full proposal stage. In addition, recognizing that Cuny now has multiple doctoral granting institutions, a new doctoral review advisory committee composed of senior faculty from across Cuny will be established in fall 2010. This advisory committee will consider such issues as whether a proposed new program duplicates an existing program and whether a need for a new program has been demonstrated. Cuny already offers the Doctor of Nursing Science degree, which is a research-oriented doctorate awarded by the Graduate Center in partnership with Hunter, Lehman, and Staten Island colleges. The Doctor of Nursing Practice, which is what we're considering right now, by contrast, is a clinical professional doctorate regarded as the nursing equivalent of the PharmD degree, the JD degree, the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree, and other professional degrees. The DNP is grounded in developing the highest level of clinical expertise. The accrediting organization for nursing, which is the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, similar to what has been happening in other areas of the health professions, has called for doctoral preparation at the as the entry-level credential for advanced practice by 2015, replacing all current master's degree nurse practitioner program. The curriculum of the proposed program follows the recommendations of this accrediting body.
Professor Bickey? Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question about ethics. It's listed as an elective, ethics and clinical decision making. Did you want to consider making it a requirement? I believe that in other nursing and medical programs, ethics is a requirement. Seems appropriate to the various headings under the
Okay, President Rabb, if you'd
So
like
I think that was raised by the UFS in some of the conversations, and we're very open in the next round of conversations to talk about that right now. It is elective, but it's certainly a good point. It's certainly something that belongs in this curriculum.
This is a very exciting program, no question about it. My congratulations, Dr. Rabb and Hunter College for this. I believe that the future in the fields of medicine belong to the nurses. Yes, with the shortage, with the shortage of physician that is happening every single year, in 10, 15 years, well, that will be it. Now, my question is, this doctoral degree will be in general, they will be treating the patient with general problems. What about the psychiatric problem? Will they have a special training for that?
Well, with the three areas we're looking to specialize in now are psychiatry, gerontology, and in adult care, so that we actually, this generation of this program will have a specialty in psychiatric care.
Would they have to have an internship probably?
Right, and Hunter's always had a nurse, our master's program has always had a focus on nurse practitioners in psychiatric care, and we will continue that.
Will they be allowed to have their own private practice? Let's say going to Madison Avenue and open up a practice?
Depending on what the state accrediting rules are, because some of the nurse practitioners will have private practice rights.
Thank you.
But I wanted to also thank you. I know you've been very supportive of all our nursing programs, and Vice Chancellor Lowe, because we do believe with the new health care that nursing is going to become more and more, in all different levels, the importance of providing care of people and returning to nurses. And we think Cuny needs to be in the forefront, and with this program, this is a really unique, this will be the only public school in the state that will be offering a doctor of nursing practice and really providing a very important need.
I fully support this program,
We thank
without
you.
any reservation.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? No, may I have a motion to move this item?
So moved.
Second?
Second,
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye. Nays, abstention? Motion carries. Item number 1B3, College of Staten Island BA in Italian Studies.
Okay, this program provides students with a pathway to advanced proficiency in Italian language, literature, and culture. It responds to the community needs of Staten Island, where 40% of the population have an Italian background, yet no higher education institution offers an Italian major. High student interest in the program is demonstrated by increasing enrollment in both introductory and intermediate language courses. Italy is also the leading study abroad destination at the College of Staten Island. The program is expected to rely on existing faculty expertise, and new costs incurred will be minimal. 2 versions of the program will be registered, one as a traditional liberal arts major, and the other leading to licensure as a secondary school teacher.
No questions? Okay. Motion to move this
Moved.
item? Second? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item number 1B4, City College of New York MFA in Digital and Interdisciplinary Art Practice.
This program builds on the success of the existing traditional MFA at City College by offering a different focus: digital media and interactive technologies. Students will be prepared for work in academia as professors of digital media and photography, in industry, in a broad range of design and new media technologies, and as fine arts practitioners. The program is supported through the Connor Fund, using a portion of the annual interest generated by this $5.3 million bequest. Letters of support from the Museum of Modern Art, as well as from industry representatives, have been included.
You want to say anything?
Annette, would you like to make a few comments?
Yeah, please identify yourself for the record.
Annette Weintraub, Chair of the Department of Art at City
Welcome.
College. We think this is a unique program that fills a need at Cuny because at the moment there are no programs at the MFA level that are research-oriented and that are flexible enough to provide students with the conceptual and discipline-based tools to move between fine art and digital media practice.
Just to second that, I think this is a very important step for this program. It also spans and provides a kind of interdisciplinary linkage that's important for the programs to be contemporary.
Questions? Motion to move the item?
move.
Second. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nay, abstention, carries. Okay, item number 1B5, City College of New York MS in education in teaching Spanish in secondary schools.
Okay, this is actually 4 programs which will share the same resources and have substantial curricular overlap, but will be registered separately due to different admissions requirements and different certifications that are attached to them. They are designed to provide appropriate pathways for students coming from various academic backgrounds with the knowledge and skills that will enable them to be certified as high school teachers of Spanish. City College already offers a BA in Spanish leading to initial certification. The new programs will accommodate both students seeking professional certification in the same field for which a master's degree is required and students seeking a new or additional initial certification. The programs will be taught by existing faculty and require only minimal new resources.
So again, this is a program that was developed in education with a collaboration with our foreign languages department, and we feel this is a very important thing for us to be able.
Can you identify yourself?
I'm sorry, I'm Dan Lemons, I'm the acting provost at City College.
Thank you.
So we feel that adding these programs is a very important adjunct to what we're doing in education.
The trend is heading that way. Okay. There are no questions. Let's move this item.
Oh, wait.
Actually,
Okay,
yes.
Professor Becky.
We noticed that for the digital program, you had a very detailed and specific governance cover sheet. So it was very clear and very easy to figure out when things had been approved and by whom. But the one on teaching Spanish is more opaque. So our suggestion would be that you really adopt the model that's in the MFA program as something that would be very helpful.
Do you have a specific question about whether it followed the proper steps through the governance, or it's more a comment about documenting?
There was a question about whether it had gone through, and you can't really follow the steps.
Point well
So-
taken. It did go through
Yeah.
all the governance steps.
Yeah, that's good. The specific forms, actually, since this procedure was adopted, I think last year, things have been much improved, so
Okay.
just a slight tweaking.
Thank you for that suggestion. Okay. Motion to move this item?
So move.
Second?
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstention? Motion carries. Item number 1B6, Queensborough Community College, York College, do joint ASBS in biotechnology.
Okay. This program builds on the existing AS biology track within the liberal arts and sciences at Queensborough Community College and the existing BS in biotechnology at York. The program will allow Queensborough students to seamlessly transfer to York upon their graduation with an associate's degree and to prepare for entry-level jobs in biotechnology, an important industry in the New York metropolitan area. No new faculty hires are required. Both campuses already have the necessary lab facilities in place.
Welcome, President Keyes. You want to make any comment?
Well, we just, last year this time, my colleague Eduardo Marti and I sat down with a group of faculty from both sides and some administrators, and we determined that we should do something of this sort. And we do have a cohort of programs that we want to have in the dual joint track, and this is the first. And we're really pleased that we have been able to deliver on this one in this time frame. And we have yet another one probably coming through in the fall. This helps the pipeline, if you will, and it also works seamlessly with the relationship between the community college and the senior college. So we're really delighted to be partners with Dr. Marti and his team.
And I'm Karen Steele, Dean for Academic Affairs at Queensborough, and was part of that meeting, as we all were, and worked with the faculty. And it's very encouraging, the supportive relationship between faculty in the senior college and the community college working together on such a program. We're very pleased with it.
Okay, Professor. Go ahead.
I like the 2+2 model. As I always do, let me urge that as it gets going and continues, that we monitor to make sure that it's working, in the students' favor and the way that we want it to work. So that would be great.
which I'm sure President Keys will do. Congratulations again on the successful graduation.
Thank you for
Very well
joining
done.
us.
And what a difference the college has become. Okay, motion to move this item?
So move.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, motion carries. Item number 1B, thank you for coming. Number 1B8, LaGuardia Community College, AS in Industrial Design Technology.
Okay, this program provides students with technological literacy and hands-on experience to prepare them for entry-level employment in the fields of product design and packaging. Students will have access to industrial equipment to work in wood, metal, and plastic, as well as laser scanning and rapid prototyping, thanks to existing facilities used by the Continuing Education Division at LaGuardia. Strong letters of support from potential employers have been received and are included with the proposal.
Okay,
I was interested to see that New York Design is involved in this. This began with, I think, with the whole incubator program. Now, I'm not certain, 5, 10 years ago, quite a while.
Well, before I arrived,
Yeah.
I've been here 5 years.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
At least 5 years.
Yeah. So this is an interesting development.
yes. And it's well worth a visit for those of you that have not been inside. That's where the new future will be.
And everyone is welcome to this.
Yes. And we'll pay a repeat visit again. Okay. Okay, motion to move this item?
So move.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstentions? Okay, motion carries. Item number 1B9, LaGuardia Community College, AS in Environmental Science.
This program is designed to prepare students for entry-level jobs with governmental agencies and private businesses in the areas of pollution control, land and water ecology, and nature conservation. The curriculum is an excellent foundation for further education in the environmental sciences. An articulation is attached which guarantees LaGuardia graduates the transfer of all credits into the upper division of the Queens College degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science.
Okay. No discussions? Let's move
I'll
this
move it.
item. Okay, second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Again? Nays, abstentions? Okay. Okay, thank you very much for coming. Number 1B10, Cuny Remote Sensing of the Earth Science and Technology Institute.
This institute will be housed at City College and will involve the participation of other campuses, such as Lehman, City Tech, and Bronx Community College, all of which have provided letters of support. The institute has 3 major goals: to study and predict changes in the Earth's environment, to help conserve and manage our coastal and marine resources using satellites and remote sensing, and to help educate the next generation of scientists and engineers who will address global, regional, and national initiatives in the exploration and protection of the Earth's environment. The Institute will be supported by outside grants. The founding faculty have a record of receiving sizable grants from the NSF, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and other governmental and private sources.
So this program,
Identify again for the
Dan
record.
Lemons, acting provost, City College. The Crest Program has been one of the most productive programs at City College and probably university. Since 2001, it's had over $30 million in funding, and it already spans Cuny, because even though it had the most faculty are at City College, over 20, there are a number of faculty from other Cuny campuses. It's also continent spanning with the remote sensing network that it has. And it's graduated hundreds of students, and largely minority students, a very high percentage. So it's been a very successful program. Good candidate for an institute.
Good to hear that. Do you want to add anything? Identify yourself.
My name is Reza Kambilvardi. I'm Noah Choi, Professor of Civil Engineering and Director of the Noah Crest Center.
I'm surprised that Columbia isn't in this at the Lamont Doherty.
They come to us to working with us on remote sensing, because remote sensing is very interdisciplinary and also very lab-oriented one, and they don't have the facility.
So you do invite Columbia faculty and graduate students to do this?
I mean, we write proposal with them.
Good, great.
Columbia actually has come to us. About a month ago, the Dean of Engineering brought a number of faculty to meet with us.
Well, come a long way, haven't we?
Well, but there's going to be an awful lot of collaboration in the sciences with Columbia, in part because Columbia is going uptown and City College is going downtown, and they are basically, they've converged.
We're overlapping.
And there is great opportunities. I've had those discussions with President Lee Bollinger about lots of areas for collaboration, and they know that we're putting major investment dollars in science, and there already is an awful lot going on, and I suspect much more over the years.
Yep.
Can't wait for the ASC to open. Okay. Any other questions? Nope.
I'll move it.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, motion carries. Number 1B11, Brooklyn College.
The Department of Economics this is a reorganization of the Department of Economics and establishment of a new Department of Accounting and a new Department of Finance and Business Management. The Department of Economics is being reorganized into 3 departments. The Department of Economics, which does not need an action because it's the same name, the Department of Accounting, and a Department of Finance and Business Management. 11 faculty members will be transferred to the new Department of Accounting. 25 will be transferred to the Department of Finance and Business Management, and 10 will remain in the Department of Economics. This reorganization is intended to enhance curricular development, instruction, and educational opportunities for students, as well as to improve faculty scholarship, research, and development. Separate resolutions regarding the transfer and appointment of faculty to the new departments have been submitted for approval by the board through the Chancellor's University Report.
Just ascertaining that the approval, consultation and approval of the faculty involved has been obtained.
Indeed. Good afternoon, Jerry Morotzek, Associate Provost. The Provost and I met with the department faculty, had a conversation. They then voted to unanimously support this. The President and the Provost met with the various governance bodies, including Faculty Council, Policy Council, Council of Administrative Policy, to discuss this, and the Policy Council that has authority over such matters voted to support it as well.
Were there any cons to the idea, or everybody loved it?
It was rather unanimous.
So why did it take so long to think?
Actually, it's come up historically. It's come up a couple of different times.
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody.
Yeah.
Brooklyn College is unique within the city university system in that there are no schools. All of the department chairs, of which there are 31,
30.
report to the provost. And when Karen Gould and I talked about she coming to Brooklyn College, we talked about starting a new structure to create schools at Brooklyn College with deans heading those schools. And this is really the opening salvo for the reorganization and movement of departments to create those schools.
Does any of our colleges have the same structure, or Brooklyn is unique?
Brooklyn is unique in that there are no divisions above departmental divisions. And I don't know how you really manage reporting with 31 departments reporting to a provost. It just seemed a little odd. So this is moving ahead.
Okay. Professor Philip?
Just to address the basic question of splitting 2 departments at my own college, that happened recently between sociology and social work. They were in one department and they were split into 2. And that's often the desire of the faculty because they have different interests, and these are different disciplines as they are here. But it is a cost issue, and sometimes college administrations say no because it means an additional department chair, et cetera, even when the faculty do want it. So I'm sure the faculty here were quite pleased with this decision.
Indeed.
Okay. Ready?
I'll move it.
Okay. Okay. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Nays, abstention. Thank you for that explanation. Thank you for coming. Okay, now we move to item number 2 for informational items.
Okay. Enclosed for the trustees' information is an updated list of centers and institutes on which we have on record system-wide. We are required to, by board policy, to provide this every 2 years. The centers and institutes are listed alphabetically by host college, and a brief overview of the activities of each is included. So that doesn't need action, it's just an information item.
Okay, next item.
Okay, the next item is Queens College Research Center for Korean Community. This center will conduct research on Korean Americans and other Korean populations and disseminate information and data to scholars, community leaders, teachers, social workers, and policymakers. Queens College is the beneficiary of private grants to support the establishment and operations of this center for the first 3 years. The center will be directed by distinguished Professor Pyong-Gap Min. Okay, so, oh,
Generally speaking, our policy is for centers are, they fund themselves for a couple of years and then CUNY picks up the cost? They're supposed to be self-funded?
oh no, it's the reverse, usually, and preferably no funding by CUNY is what we go. But the general policy as stated by the Board of Trustees is that centers, and particularly institutes, are, if there is support by CUNY, it's supposed to be just the first few years, and then they're supposed to support themselves.
Okay, so in the Korean Center, I saw a proposal to be supported for the first 3 years, but I didn't see much about how it's going to be funded.
Well, the expectation is they will raise additional money
Right,
after
so
that.
could we get a report on how many of these are self-funded for the last 3 years? How many centers we chipped in and their total budget?
Yeah, we can do that.
'Cause I'd like to, it's nice, it's a very nice
There-
idea
there-
that they're going to
there's
self-fund, but is that
virtually,
the case?
there's virtually no central funding going to almost any of these, so,
Right, but the CAPRA committee could get a breakdown so we could really take a
yeah,
look at that.
yeah.
Okay, great.
But I believe the Puerto Rican Institute
That-
gets
that-
funded from the.
That one does, and also I believe the Dominican one does.
Well, it's
Yeah, okay.
all or nothing.
Those are legislative earmarks,
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah,
And-
not
and
from
that's
CUNY.
why there are
Yeah.
exceptions.
Yeah, yeah. But CUNY money out of our own budget is minimal, very minimal. Okay. So next.
Report by you.
Okay, right. There were 2 items that wanted to update the trustees on. The first one is an enrollment management update, as is traditional. As you will recall, last fall, we had an 8% growth in full-time equivalent students compared to the previous fall, which was extremely large. And so we were determined, for purposes of quality, maintaining quality, that we would not grow that much again this coming fall. And so we worked with each campus to set an enrollment target for fall 2010. And those targets, if they are combined together, would represent a total growth in full-time equivalents of about 3% for the whole university. And we are following that carefully. However, we are also looking at how our registration is going for the fall. And as of the end of May, registrations in terms of, this is head count now, not FTEs, but head count, was ahead 13.5% compared to the same day last year. Now, we do believe that a good portion of this is due to campuses registering earlier, some campuses registering earlier this year, and because, and we also because our admissions has been moved much earlier this year, we think that there will be drop-off. The question is how much drop-off, and we are hoping very much that we will still keep to the 3% that we're aiming for. We have now stopped accepting brand-new, both freshman and transfer applications for the fall. If somebody had already started an application, they can finish it, but nobody can now start an application for this fall, although we do have a waiting list that we have instituted. And there are now, as of the end of May, there were about 1,000 freshman applicants on the waiting list who had paid their application fee We are still admitting some students from the people who have submitted their applications. We took some in the very early part of this month, and we expect to still take some more in July. But we now have this pipeline that we already have established of applications. We do expect that in a couple of campuses, perhaps we will be able to take some students from the waiting list. In the meantime, though, we have instituted for students who are on the waiting list and who have need of remediation, we are starting a new program this fall for immersion, for remedial immersion, which we are calling Cuny Start, which will be available for those students who are on the waiting list so that they can hopefully satisfy their remedial needs by January when they would start at Cuny. And as I said, we are working very closely with each college on their enrollment situation. Each college has its own particular situation. Okay, so that's the enrollment. I don't know if there are any questions about that.
I have some. In reference to the enrollment, when you have the waiting list, it's because they need some remedial courses or because we don't have place for them. And I'm very concerned about because I don't know how many Hispanic will be in that waiting list that want to come into the university, and then we tell them, no, you can't do it now.
Yeah, the waiting list has nothing to do with any aspect of a student's record. It's only when they applied. And we had put up, as of early last fall, we had put on our website and told all the guidance counselors from the high schools that actually people had to apply by February. And as it ended up, we took new applications all the way through into May and almost to June for transfer applications. And it's just a matter of if you applied after that. And we think, from what we can tell, that people listened and they applied earlier.
Okay. So if they apply earlier, then we have place for them.
Yes.
So we're not denying.
No.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit more about the Cuny Start program? I realize that you're just starting it, but would students actually be able to take courses? Would students be how would students be able to work on their remedial needs?
It's modeled after a program that we already have, and it'd be sort of similar. The CLIP program, which is for second language learning. Modeled after that, so it's an immersion experience in either math or writing or reading or a combination of those. And it's many hours of experience. It's an immersion, so it's many hours of experience at a time.
To be offered by Cuny?
Yes, to be offered by Cuny. Yes.
The idea is to try not to slow down the progress of students because typically that student cohort is going to need to take a number of remedial courses, and they would start that typically in the fall. This way, if we can admit them in the fall, they can get a jump start. Here we're using start now 3 times on their satisfying their remedial requirements, and then in January they can get right into college credit courses.
Professor Philip?
Yeah. If they are on the attendance list, how do you decide who actually needs to take those remedial classes?
Oh, well, everybody, they're all tested. Everybody gets tested. So, and, there are 3 ways, at least 3 ways, that you can show that you do or do not need remediation. One is, Regents exams. One is SAT scores. And then we have certain tests that you can take. And if you test out using any of those, then you don't need remediation.
Professor Philip?
Next door, fiscal just passed a resolution establishing a deposit for students. Do you anticipate that this deposit will reduce the problem of having too many applicants for our system to be?
Yes.
We think it's going to help us manage our enrollment much better. And, then we'll know who at least has a fairly good idea that they're coming.
I asked for and got a modification that resolution that makes it clear that doctoral students are not part of that. It said graduate students, which was vague, and so they changed it to reflect only master's students. Was it your intent that doctoral students not be part of that resolution?
I don't think we discussed it.
I don't think we were thinking about
Yeah.
doctoral students.
Okay, well, that is no longer, it's now explicitly says master's students.
That's fine.
I have another question, if it's, and it's on a totally separate subject, if I may.
Uh,
But it's related to academic affairs.
Okay.
As a result of the committee action next door, they voted to authorize a contract for ACT Incorporated for testing services. And we learned that the writing assessment test was going to be contracted out separately to bid out to various vendors. I asked there the question, and it wasn't clear what the answer was because it's the wrong committee. Will the writing test be different if different vendors?
No. This writing test has been developed by our faculty.
Yes, that's what
And that's the way it will be.
Just wanted to
Yep.
make sure of that. Thank you.
Okay, I have one other item. Okay. I just wanted to give a brief update on progress with the new community college, because I thought the trustees would want to know about that. We're making excellent progress, so I'm happy to report that. We are looking for a founding president. It's going very well. We have some excellent candidates. We are also looking for 8 founding full-time faculty, and that is also going very well. We've had approximately 1,000 applications for those 8 spaces, and we are actively interviewing people for those positions. I would say in both the cases of the president position and the faculty position, people are extremely excited about the opportunity to be part of starting a college from scratch, which is something that doesn't happen very often these days. And also, they're very excited about being part of the City University of New York. We are very fortunate that we have some space identified for the new community college. I assume that in the meeting at 4 o'clock, facilities passed the yes, okay, that we are going to have some space, some very nice space in the former Catherine Gibbs space at Bryant Park. And it's an excellent location with great transportation. And Bryant Park near the public library.
It's on 40th.
Yeah, 40th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very beautiful area, beautiful space. This is excellent for the new community college.
Between 5th and 6th, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
6th,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. And in addition, there is good news on the funding front for the new community college. The Gates Planning Grant was renewed, which is outstanding, from the Gates Foundation. And in addition, the mayor has recommended, and I believe it's likely to stand, close to $9 million for a space and the operating expenses for the new community college for the coming year. So that's excellent. So we're moving along.
Is there a planning budget for the creation of the academic
Yes.
programs?
Yes.
Roughly, what is it a one-year planning, or, I mean, the planning's been going on for this for quite a while, has it not?
The planning is when it's all ramped up. So we have a budget for 2011, 12, incrementally up until we reach the stasis point of about 6,000 students. The big issue for us is the physical space that will house the new community college, and we reported on that issue about an hour ago in facilities. Our intention is to have the main part of the campus at the site of North Hall, which is where John Jay College now has part of its efforts residing. They will be moving into a brand-new facility, one of the largest facilities that we've ever designed and constructed at Cuny, and that will take place towards the end of 2011. At that particular point, we will get everybody out of that building and try to develop a public-private partnership to work with a private developer. That is a hallowed ground for for development of a large residential tower. And it's our expectation that we will be able to work with the developers so that we can get a facility at a fraction of the price that we would need to pay to do this de novo without any other partnership. We also want to have a facility up in the Washington Heights area. Right now, we have Cuny, the Cuny Express and Cuny on the Concourse. That community is growing very, very rapidly in population, and we would like to have a part of that community college all the way uptown. So we will be looking to develop a comprehensive plan that will have Cuny Express,
Cuny Heights.
Cuny in the Heights. Well, there's also Cuny Express up there, and Cuny in the Heights and the community college. So we will merge all of that. So all of that is in the planning documents.
We'll take our first students in the summer of 2012, and there will only be about 500 at the very beginning.
You mean
So-
in the new college?
Yeah, in the new community college. I'm sorry.
2000 what?
The new community college will
Yeah.
have 500 students
Year
in
and
the
a half.
first semester.
Year and a half
Year
from
and a
now.
half, yeah.
Going so fast.
Yes.
Well,
Well, we've been working at it for a while.
it's very important.
It's the university on the move.
That's true.
Okay.
But that's it.
That's it? No other questions? Okay. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Thank you very much for coming.
Testing.
Time is
John,
quarter to. Good.
Yeah, but that's
Yesterday,
place.
had a chance to bike ride.
That's a good problem to have.
Met game.
They don't have
Or-
to.
or-